Reporting live from Panther News, we begin with growing concerns about microplastics. Did you know that we're surrounded by microplastics and most of us don't even realize it? According to the National Library of Medicine, microplastics are tiny solid pieces of plastic less than 5 millimeters long. They're made from materials like polyethylene and polypropylene, the same plastic used to make bottles, bags, and packaging. A study published in Environmental Science and Technology explains that there are two types of microplastics, primary and secondary. Primary microplastics are intentionally produced to be small, such as microbeads once found in face scrubs or toothpaste. Secondary microplastics come from larger plastic items that slowly break down due to sunlight, heat, and friction. Research from Science of the Total Environment adds that microplastics can appear as fibers, fragments, or pellets, and because of their strong structure, they don't easily break down. And now I'm passing it over to my colleague to tell you more about the dangers of microplastics.
Microplastics are plastic particles smaller than 5 millimeters, are now being detected in oceans, rivers, soil, and even the air we breathe, according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Experts explain that these particles often come from synthetic fibers, car tires, and packaging materials that break down over time. But it's not just an environmental issue. A study published in the Environment International found that microplastics inside human blood and lung tissue, suggesting that they've entered our bodies too. The World Health Organization also reports that microplastics are present in both tap and bottled water worldwide. Scientists say that the solution starts with reducing single-use plastics and improving global waste systems. From the depths of our oceans to our dinner plates, microplastics are everywhere. Reporting from Panther News, I'm Amy Diaz.
And now we're gonna pass it over to our colleagues Mariam and Casey, which they're on the other side of the world.
Well, not the other side of the world, the studio next door.
Well, the studio next door.
Thank you, Navy and Amy. Now, let's take a closer look at the impact these tiny particles are having all around the world. Microplastics might be small, but their effects are pretty massive. These tiny plastic fragments are everywhere, in our oceans, rivers, oil, soil, and air, and even in the food we eat. Scientists have found microplastics in fish, salt, bottled water, and even in human blood and lungs. That means we're literally surrounded by them every single day. In the ocean, microplastics are being eaten by plankton, fish, and seabirds. When animals eat them, they can block their digestive systems or even make them feel full without getting any nutrients or protein at all, which can lead to starvation. This doesn't just hurt the marine life, but it also affects the entire food chain, including us. On land, microplastics are also a problem. They reduce soil quality, which makes it harder for plants to grow and can even change the way nutrients move through the environment. And when it rains, these particles can be washed into rivers, adding to the pollution cycle. As for human health itself, research suggests that microplastics may release harmful chemicals, mess with hormones, cause inflammation, and damage organs over time. While scientists are still learning about the full risk, one thing is pretty clear. This is a global issue that affects our ecosystem, our wildlife, and potentially our own health. So the question is, what can we do actually to fix that? For that, I'll hand it over to Casey with more on the solutions.
Thanks, Mary. Even though microplastics are a big problem, there's still hope and a lot of ways we can take action. One of the biggest solutions is reducing our use of single-use plastics. That means bringing reusable bottles, straws, and shopping bags instead of using disposable ones. These small everyday choices can make a huge difference over time. Another major step is improving waste management. In many countries, plastic waste isn't properly recycled or disposed of, which causes it to break down into microplastics. Supporting better recycling systems and participating in local cleanups can really help reduce the amount that reaches the oceans and the soils. Scientists and new companies are also developing new technologies like biodegradable plastics and washing machine filters that catch plastic microparticles from clothing. Governments around the world are banning microbeads in cosmetics and pushing for stricter laws to limit pollution. And finally, education and awareness is key. The more people know about microplastics, the more they will want to make changes in their daily habits. Even just talking about it, like we're doing today, helps spread awareness and inspires action. So, remember, every small step counts toward a cleaner and healthier planet. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you for that information, Cassie and Mariam.
Please remember that while microplastics may be tiny, their impact is anything but small.
This is reporting live from Panther News. I'm Nevis Munoz.
And I'm Amy Diaz. We'll be back with more news after the break.
Thank you.